Hi everyone, I'm Dalya and welcome back to It's Raining Flowers. So today I'm going to teach you how to make the ultimate Ferrero Rocher cake. This cake is going to be ridiculously delicious. I'm layering it with some of my chocolate sponge cake. We've also got some hazelnut buttercream in there and some hazelnut meringue discs and some chocolate ganache. It's going to be epic. So all the ingredients and measurements can be found on my website, itsrainingflower.com. So be sure to check those out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You'll get new videos in your subscription boxes every week. And if you want to get notified every time I post a video, you can go click on the little bell button next to the subscribe button, and it will just send you a notification on your phone or on your computer every time I post a video. So now, let's get started. Let's get started making our hazelnut meringue discs. And these are going to be a substitute for that delicious crunch that you normally get in the Ferrero Rocher that's a wafer. But this time, we're making it into meringues. So I have here a large pan, and to it, we're going to add in our chopped hazelnut. So I'm going to bake these in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 5 minutes until they are fully toasted, and then we'll continue. So now I'm going to take my toasted hazelnuts and place them into a food processor. We are going to process it until it resembles fine crumbs. So at this point, I'm going to add in the cake flour and a half a cup of the sugar into the nuts. I'm going to place the lid on top and blend it up again. I'm just going to take this out of the food processor and dump all this nut mixture into a bowl. Set the nut mixture aside, and now it's time to get making our meringue in a stand mixer. So I'm going to add in my eggs and cream of tartar into here and mix it for about 4 minutes. So now, once it's starting to become fluffy but it's not super stiff peaks, we're going to add in the rest of the sugar. Then we're going to beat it for another 2 minutes until stiff peaks form. So now that the meringue mixture is super thick, we're going to fold in the nuts and just begin to fold. So now it's time to pipe our meringue into discs. So I have here a pan, and I'm just going to use it to draw outlines of our 8-inch circles because we want these discs to be the same exact size as our cakes. Just take a little bit of the meringue mixture and use it and dab it down onto the pan, and this will just help secure your parchment paper. So I have a piping bag here fitted with a large circle tip, and I'm just placing it into a mason jar so it's easier to fill, and I'm going to place the meringue mixture inside of this. And now we're just going to pipe our meringues into circles. Then you're going to take it off the spatula and spread out the inside of the meringue mixture. I'm going to get my meringues into a 275-degree oven and bake them for about 90 minutes. And meanwhile, I'll make one more meringue disc just because I have a little bit more batter, and then we'll continue. Okay guys, so now it's time to make the ganache. I have my stove top here, which I've already been heating up on low heat, and I've got a small sauce pot, and to it I'm going to add my heavy whipping cream. I'm turning this to medium-high heat. Then we're going to bring it to a boil. Once it's boiled, we're going to pour it over the chocolate chips, whisk it all up, and then you'll have a perfect chocolate ganache. So we're going to continue to allow the meringue discs to cool, and meanwhile, let's whip up the chocolate ganache. So I have here my cooled chocolate ganache, and we want to whip half of it in the electric mixer fitted with a whisk attachment. We're going to whip it until it becomes like a whipped cream. It's basically whipped ganache. If your chocolate ganache refuses to whip, just add a little bit of cold, heavy cream into your mixture and then whip it again. Before we begin layering this cake, I'm going to take about 1 cup of my buttercream. To this, we're going to add some of the chocolate hazelnut spread, and we're going to mix it up until combined. So now it's time to finally start layering, so let's begin. I have here my chocolate cakes. I'm going to put the first cake down, and we'll just secure it to the board with a little bit of buttercream. We are going to begin layering this cake with the chocolate hazelnut buttercream and then place a meringue disc on top. Spread the whipped ganache over this, and then we're going to add on the next meringue disc. Add another layer of the chocolate hazelnut buttercream, and lastly, the chocolate sponge cake. And then just peel off the parchment paper. Now we're going to break off any of this excess meringue that's dripping off the sides because we do not want that there. So now it's time to give this cake a good crumb coat, and then we're going to go chill it in the fridge for about 30 minutes. It's finally time to put the finishing touches onto this cake. I'm going to stick chopped hazelnut pieces all over the sides of the cake, and then I'm going to return the cake to the fridge for another 30 minutes. I transfer my cake onto a 4-inch cake pan just so that the chocolate ganache will flow off nicely and it won't get muddled at the bottom of this cake. Then I have here my chocolate ganache, and I microwaved it for another 20 seconds just to make it a little bit thinner because it was already room temperature after sitting out for a few hours. So now it's just a little thinner, it's going to be easier to pour, and I placed it into a measuring cup so that I could pour it on top. So now, let's start. So we're going to pour this on top, and we're just going to spread it out. Really wanted this cake to have that effect that an actual Ferrero Rocher has, where it has like the crunchies. I'm not sure if they're nuts or if they're like Rice Krispies, but they're crunchy things, and then it's coated in chocolate and you can see through it. So I'm so excited for this. It's looking awesome. So it really does help to take the ganache from the bottom of your pan and then just bring it up onto the sides of the cake. And you do want to work quickly because the ganache will start to set soon. This cake is going to go back in the fridge for one last time for about 30 minutes, and then we'll finish off decorating the top of the cake. Carry it with both pans just so that everything will set in the fridge and then you'll take it off. So I transferred the cake onto a cake stand. I really just can't get over how good it looks. But now we're going to make it look even better. So I have here some Ferrero Rochers that I've unwrapped, and I'm going to position them in the center of the cake and just kind of figure out how I'm going to design it as I go along. I love how this cake came out. It is just so different than all the cakes I've made, and I love this new effect that I tried with the nuts and the chocolate ganache on top of it. Just looks so, so cool. I really hope that you guys give this a try. You can find the full recipe on my website, sprainingflour.com. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel for more videos every week. And I'll see you next time. Bye!